Hi everyone, I hope you guys are keeping well. In this video, we're going to talk about recovery for lumbar disc bulges. In this video, we have another guest, basically Kiran, who is living in USA, and Kiran has born with congenital spinal stenosis, and in some stage in his life, he started to develop sciatica pain, and he went and got his MRI, and he found out that he has disc bulges in L5S1, which was a big disc bulge that was bothering him initially, and he was in severe pain and discomfort, numbness and tingling down to his legs. He's contacted me 12 weeks ago, and we started his plan right away. And in this video, we're going through his basically recovery, and I would like to share with you that you do have a chance to recover from. You can win a free online consultation with 3 simple steps as follow. Subscribe my YouTube channel, like and leave a comments on each new videos, explain your injury and why do you need my help. I will announce a winner in a weekly basis. I think a lot of people like yourself, out there sitting and watching a lot of video on YouTube, like what you did as well, and you connected with me like a while ago. I think it's great for people to listen to your story and understand, okay, what was the issue, what we've done so far, and how you're getting on so far. You know what I mean? I think it's great because that gives them hope that they can actually get better with conservative treatment. And if they never try, they never know what would be the results. Maybe just share your, I think, what was the issue initially, Kiran, and why did you contact me?
So it's all started like almost a year back with mild discomfort in my hamstrings, back of hamstrings, And then all of a sudden, I went to gym after taking medication. I never realized it's related to sciatica, and I did leg presses actually. And within a couple of hours, it's aggravated the pain. Then I did not explore much. Then I took rest and everything for a couple of weeks. The things are not improved. Then I went to orthopedician, a chiropractor first. Then
Gotcha.
chiropractor try to set it up like in 8 sittings. It's not made any difference without anything. Chiropractor.
You meet him on 8 different appointments. And
Yes,
what
yeah.
he told you, Kiran, what was the problem? Did he mention anything?
He told sciatica and disc bulge.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I do have some trust on him, but the thing is that I never had back issues in my entire life.
Of
Not a
course.
single time I felt any discomfort in my back. Then I told like even though I'm working in software, I never used to sit continuously. So,
Got you. Got
and
you.
then uh, over the time, I got MRI, and MRI showed a disc bulge in the
Uh-huh.
L5S1. Then what I decided, like during this time, I went to PT. PT able to find it. It's a disc bulge, and she's able to reduce the pain. After 2 months, I was not. Before that, I didn't do MRI. So MRI was a insurance hiccups came for the MRI for the permissions.
Mm-hmm.
I was not in a strong belief that my back having issues. So then I continued my regular life, then lifting the weights and other stuff. The pain came back again within 2 months.
Got you.
That time my MRI came through and it showed L5S1 disc bulge. Then that time I took the PT, and as well as while exploring the PT, I reached out to you. My
Got you.
PT did a good job, but the only thing I observed the thing, she didn't directed me in the right direction, like what I need to do, what sort of things I need. For example, I was sitting in the down, like folding my legs because I'm feeling convenient
Yeah, yeah.
without any pain.
Got you.
That's something not supposed to be done because in that age, because you're already putting the pressure again on the back, holding
Got
the
you.
legs for long,
Got you.
and it's aggravating. It's reducing and it's aggravating at the same time. Then
Uh-huh.
I got a video of yours. Then I reached out to you. There was a hesitation when I reached out to you. Is it really going to work? Even though I have seen many people uh,
Yes.
experience, okay, let me give it a try. I hesitantly reserved. Then we started journey, and first few weeks I was in terrible pain, and it was reducing. It was not directly. Within 3 weeks, all the pain has gone. 3 to 4 weeks. Like I started January second week, then by mid of February I was pain free, like having strong numbness and tingling, except pain. there was a hamstring pain when I'm sitting in the car continuously, like more than 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I was unable to drive at all, like more than 5 minutes.
Got you.
Then you changed my course. Then it's continued the weights and other stuff. I got a confidence on PT, like with you, Then I stopped my PT completely, like end of February, mid of February, I think,
Got you.
I decided I was moving in the right direction. Then you told me like how I supposed to sit, how I supposed not to sit,
Got you.
Those inputs I haven't got in my last 4 months interaction with my PT. She did this similar exercises, but she never told whether I'm doing the right things or following the right precautions.
I got you.
I was sitting, yeah.
And when you when you went to the kind of like orthopedic initially, when you did you consult them after you got your MRI report?
Yes, after an MRI report, when I reached out to my orthopedician, he immediately told you have broader disc bulge, and it seems that I had pain actually. Even in the first week of Feb, I reached out to him because I don't want to lose anybody in the direction, With the pain, it's aggravating me. I had to rely multiple things. Then he told like it's better to get cortisone injection shot,
Yeah.
So that's I'm hesitated. I don't want to take the shot. It is temporary. I know that, but I'm okay. Let me navigate. Let me navigate and see how it goes. Then by the time I got a trust on what I'm doing, then I just put it aside for a couple of months. Then next visit I went to my orthopedician 2 months after. That time I had only numbness and tingling. That was a little bit high. Yeah. Like if I stand legs apart, it's more up to a level, then it's going down. Then I continued this. You changed my course, and then I continued my exercises. Then it's slowly moving. Trust me, I explored most things during my numbness and tingling thing on the online. That's not supposed to be done in certain cases.
Yeah.
But out of curiosity, I used to unable to control, and I used to do.
Yes.
Then everybody experience is different. What I believe, it's like somebody pressing on your chip, and nobody know what data is going there. As a software engineer, I'm saying like
yeah.
So the data is not transmitting. It will be different for each and every patient because
absolutely
it's end of the day ones and zeros. So nobody knows which one is pressing, which one is not pressing. Absolutely. I know. On one side I know that, but again, like even today, like my numbness and tingling is very, very mild. I'm able to do all my works, except I don't have confidence in lifting my weights up to a level. Like 30, 40 pounds, I'm still building. So that's what I told, like it's improving. Absolutely. 100%. But it's taking time.
Of course.
Trust me, like what I can give outside people suggestion. I had so much doubt when I'm booking the appointment because I tried everything.
Yes.
I just give an attempt. Okay, let's go ahead and give it a try. You are spending thing, and just give the time. That's what I say.
Yes.
It's back. Many people say that like go for the operation, go for the pain medication.
Of course.
Everything has side effects.
100%.
Except natural cure.
Conservative treatment. Yeah, absolutely. And one thing that, Kiran, I think, thank you for sharing that. That's so true. That is like, you, first of all, you need to be patient. And plus, like, you need to really have clarity about the plan and know, okay, this is going to really help me. And I don't know, how did you find the initial consultation, Kiran? When we had the chat, like, did you find it like helpful in terms of getting information, clarity, okay, what you have to do, etc.?
So initial consultation with you, like I explained what all I'm doing, and you given me suggestions, and you told very transparently, like whatever I'm doing the right, but you wanted to see whether I'm following the right precautions and customize few things. That was the thing. It really made a difference for me, like to be honest. For example, the therapeutic which we're doing, initially it was really helpful. Then latter cases, it was aggravating. Then you immediately identified the thing and you changed it. So that's something, one of the reasons, like everybody is different. Everybody may not be suitable for all the exercises.
Absolutely. Yeah. Customized.
We just need to know. We just need to know that what works for us, like
absolutely.
That's what. So that's what the thing you continuously helped me, and the last couple of sessions is going very fine. Sometimes as I told, I am a little bit demotivated in doing the exercises, like because of less pain and no pain. There is no pain actually, frankly speaking.
That's
I
amazing.
should not say there is a pain, but
Yes.
the numbness and tingling is not really bothering. Right now, I'm sitting, as I told to everybody, like I'm sitting on the chair.
Comfortable.
Last week, since last week, I'm able to comfortably trust my back and started
Amazing.
sitting this thing after like, trust me, after 6 months of treatment. Even it's a confidence, but because of I'm suffering from last 1 year,
Yes.
two times, one with a one break.
Yes.
So now this is the time, like I can say that confidently. Last 3.5 months, I'm pain free. So only thing is the numbness and tingling, which will, I hope, will continue progressing.
Of course, of course.
So yeah,
And what was the level of discomfort in terms of sitting, Kiran? Because you mentioned that you weren't able to drive, etc. What was it like?
it was almost like if I am driving more than 5 minutes, it was 100% discomfort. It
Okay,
was something like somebody pulling on my hamstrings,
got you.
even with my lumbar support, those things,
It didn't
hamstrings.
help.
So
Yep,
it didn't help. Then I started doing the squats.
got you.
So with the weights, as you
Yeah,
suggested, then it's improved within like a week. Then very, very mild pain used to come after 30 minutes. Then I used to continue the squats. Then over the time, it's disappeared. Like it takes time. So the only problem, what I observed, be ready to take long improvement.
of
Like
course, of
it's
course.
not
It's
too
not a quick
long. I'm
fix.
saying,
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. It's not a quick fix, and this is something that I repeat all the time with patients. Even when they send me email, ask for inquiry, I'll tell them you got to be committed to it because my goal is to get you better as quick as possible. But you have to be flexible in terms of it might takes longer than what you think. You know what I mean? And nobody can really give you that timeline as a guess. It's always going to be your opinion in terms of, okay, you need 6 months or you need 8 months. But the good thing is that, Kiran, you have built that physical confidence that you're active now. The exercise that you're doing right now, they're pretty advanced. You know what I mean? We added weights to your routine. You bought some equipment for the house. You have dumbbells, you have kettlebells, you know what I mean, using them in the house. And you're definitely fitter than what you used to be before we started.
yeah,
Now, seating is totally comfortable, I believe. Like you can drive, that's totally fine now.
absolutely.
You don't feel like, okay, I can only drive half an hour. You can drive, no issue. You can sit comfortable. You're walking. How much do you walk daily now, Kiran?
I walk at least 10,000 steps. That has been a strong routine right now. So to get motivated, I made some friends for walking. Then I keep
That's good.
text them and I join with them. So that's motivating. So I would encourage, like if you are hesitant to walk or not finding
Got you.
encouraging,
Got you.
try to get some walking buddies and
Mm-hmm.
continue the life.
Got you.
Walking really helped me. Like when
Amazing.
I get my numbness and tingling, I just go for a walk for like
Movement. Movement
at least
helps.
3,000, 4,000 steps will definitely things. But initial stages, like as I said, you should not sit wrong positions. That will, even though our treatment is helping, uh, if you are not sitting right way, then you are
Yes.
again putting back
Pressure
towards,
on it.
like,
Yeah.
so you are balancing,
Exactly.
you are doing the
Yeah.
better things and you are going in the back. So it's ultimately you see the very long time to see the
You're
changes.
aggravating your symptoms. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Kiran, one thing that you mentioned today about your MRI report that came to your mind that one part of your MRI report is mentioned about congenital spinal stenosis, that you worry about it. Okay, what does that mean? Is that a bad thing or should I be worried about it? And maybe just give me some feedback. Like, what do you think of that now by understanding more about it? Because when is congenital spinal stenosis is there, that means that you didn't have it suddenly when you got to your 30 years old. You know what I mean? You've been having that from a very early age, from birth, and your body adapted to that space narrowing of your spinal canal. And your doubt was, if I have a spinal stenosis, if I can actually bend forward and lift something,
Flexation.
and lift something heavy, because your fear was maybe I shouldn't do that because is bothering me. You know what I mean? Um, am I right with that? Like that was the
Yes,
question.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So that was the right question. Like I was having questions because as I told, I never had a back history
Yes.
before this issue, not even a single minute anytime. I
Exactly.
was an active player. when all sudden this got even, it took me like 4 months to believe me, unless when I saw them, even doctors is telling and chiropractor is telling this is a disc bulge. Trust me, I never trusted that. With their experience, I should trust, but with my history and
Yes.
experience, I never had a question. It's a back issue unless I
Yes.
saw the MRI report.
Yes.
When I saw that the report has been written that spinal stenosis at the very mild from the congenital, basically
Yeah.
by birth.
By birth. Yeah.
I was worried actually, man. I never had any issues, and this guy saying like by birth.
Yeah. Yeah.
How come it's
Exactly.
possible? Like because at least some pain I should experience, right? I always active. I always do the
Exactly.
walking.
Exactly.
There is something wrong maybe, and then I
Yeah.
started believing sometimes because my pain in the pain. But over and over, when I explored the information, this is something very common for the people, but my back is much better than other people. The only thing is that L5 S1 disc bulge, which is
Yes.
either aggravated by my poor sitting conditions or
Yes.
poor
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
gym situation when it's got
I
into.
wouldn't say poor condition, because honestly, a lot of people think that posture is the main cause of disc bulges. But the data that we have, Kiran, disc bulges or disc herniation are part of our aging process. You know what I mean? Is
Mhm.
more due to your gene than anything else, which means some people can degenerate or basically have degenerative changes quicker than the others, but it's not always a bad thing, because there is a high population of people who lives with these kind of changes in their spine are totally asymptomatic. We're talking about 70%, 80%. That's the data that we have, that if you put anybody from age of 20 to age of 80, you know what I mean? Like and this is one of the study that we have. I'll share this study underneath of this video for people to read it, because this is interesting. The population in this study was 3,000 participants, and from the age of 20 to age of 80, and up to 87% had small changes in their MRI report, and none of them had any issue or pain. They were totally asymptomatic. That's why it is very common to have these changes in your spine. It does not always mean a bad thing, and a majority of people leave it with no problem. But there are some cases that they can get sore due to activity that they do or lack of activity that they do, and there's other factors such as stress, lifestyle, a sedentary lifestyle, your food and your diet, your sleep patterns, your social support. These are the things that hugely affect your pain and discomfort. You know what I mean? That's why make back pain a little bit complex, because people think it's always due to tissue damage. But when we look at what we have as a data, there's other factors beyond just tissue damage can cause that pain, that people are not aware of it, and they just get very freaked out based on their MRI report. I shouldn't do anything, and that actually make things worse. But my answer was to your question in regard to spinal stenosis and should I bend forward and lift something, is you can definitely bend forward and lift things as long as that doesn't aggravate your symptoms. You know what I mean? Which means for spinal stenosis, bending forward is actually not a bad thing, because the typical symptomatic patient with spinal stenosis, we're talking about the spinal canal stenosis, has much more comfort with they bending forward and leaning forward than extending back. Because in that position, that bending forward create more space in the spinal canal and they feel more comfortable. Like there is a very common terms that they use is that like when they go for shopping and they're holding a trolley, you know what I mean? They do not have any pain because they lean and shift a little bit forward. Or when they cycle, they lean forward and they don't have any issue. But they can't walk without that trolley more than 100 meters. But if they hold a trolley, they can do, I don't know, 2 kilometers, That trolley holding and shifting your body forward give them more opportunity to be able to walk and do things. And that makes a huge difference, in regards to their symptoms. That's why if you have a spinal stenosis, don't afraid of movement. Is not necessarily a bad thing to move. Flexion can be actually good and feel good. And vice versa, sometimes they might have symptomatic issue on extension, which means if they bend backward, you know what I mean, or if they do back extension. But in that matter, I would say you're totally fine to bend forward and lift. And we have those exercises as part of your routine. You're doing a squat with weight, which means you're doing pretty advanced exercise right now in your routine. Kiran, I want to ask you, based on the program that you've done, is there anything else that you'd like to share with people who's suffering from disc bulges, disc herniation, sciatica, that you think this routine helped them?
So I only just tell that just every pain will go down a lot. The moment we are experiencing extreme pain, just follow the right exercises with a customized treatment. And for me, in my case, like I only used pain medication initial 10 days, or 5 days, that's all.
Got you.
I never took a single pain medication anytime when I
Got you.
starting from the course. You only, because if you're taking the pain medication, it may be giving a temporary relief, but
Of
you
course.
don't sense how you're progressing actually. So that's my thought. Just trust the
100%.
things, yeah, and follow the course, rigorously do. And sometimes I miss the exercise. Don't miss the exercise. That's what I say.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
and
that's fair enough.
trust 20 weeks program. Many people say 12 weeks. In my case, it is 20 weeks.
No, you're
So
you're right. Don't have just this boxy mindset that okay, if I didn't get better after 12 weeks, I'm not getting better. You have to be patient and be flexible. And my goal as a therapist is to help you to get better. And that's why you're here now. We're doing this testimonial because I feel that you have progressed so much that you have full functionality now. In comparison where we
yeah,
started,
yeah.
and full trust to your body. And that's why I think that timeline and consistency and trust is a huge thing, Kiran. But listen, thanks again for your time. Thanks for sharing your experiences. And
Thanks
we're
for
gonna
you as well.
not at all, man. And we're gonna keep progressing your plan. And maybe in a couple of weeks' time, show some of the exercise that you're gonna do in the gym because I believe you wanted to go back to the gym in some stage. You're getting
Yeah.
there. And I suppose that's for today. Thanks again, Kiran. As I promised you guys, in this video, I would like to share with you a couple of exercises that Kiran has been doing in a day-to-day living for his recovery, and I would like you to try these exercises. These exercises are safe if you're suffering from lumbar disc bulges or if you've been diagnosed with spinal stenosis. You can definitely follow this exercise once or twice for your recovery. Give me some feedback how you're getting on after trying this routine. The first exercise that I'm going to share with you in this routine is going to be hip drop, which is a very simple but effective exercise if you are suffering from disc bulges. This exercise can help you to mobilize your lower back and your hip area and gives you movement and mobility. In the first acute phase of your injury, if you're suffering from lumbar disc bulges, hip drop can help you to reduce pain, improve your mobility, and help you to get back in some sort of movement around your hip and your lower back. You can try this exercise for 3 sets of 8 to 10, 2 to 3 times through the day. The following movements that I'm going to share with you in this routine is going to be child pose, which can simply help you to ease off stiffness and pain in your lumbar spine. If you're suffering from sciatica pain or disc bulges, this exercise can simply help you to improve your lumbar spine mobility, reduce your pain, and help you to get more range in your hip. You can use some cushion underneath of your foot or your knees if you find that you don't have that much mobility. This exercise should be done 2 to 3 times through the day, and your focus is going to be on your breathing. The following exercise that you're going to follow in this routine is going to be deep squat breathing. This exercise can help you to mobilize your lumbar spine and help you to reduce your pain and discomfort down to your hip and your lower back. If you find that your ankle mobility is not sufficient, you can use some book or pillow underneath of your heel, and that can help you to give you more movement and mobility. You can try this exercise for 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions and focus on your breathing. If you're suffering from disc bulges and you're having sciatica symptoms, nerve floss is a great exercise to help you to reduce your tingling sensation and numbness down to your leg. This exercise should be done daily for 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions within the comfortable range of movements. Practice this exercise in both sides if you have sufficient time. The last exercise in this routine is going to be hamstring floss, which is a simple but effective exercise that can help you to reduce the sciatica symptoms. If you're suffering from lumbar disc bulges and you are experiencing sciatica symptoms, this exercise can hugely help you to reduce the tingling sensation down to your leg and reduce the numbness in your foot. This exercise should be done 2 to 3 times within the comfortable range of your movement, and you can practice this in both sides. I hope you guys find this video helpful. If you're suffering from disc bulges, any part of your spine, and if you're concerned about your injury, and you've got an MRI report that shows that you do have abnormality in your spine, I can 100% guarantee you that you do have a chance to recover with initially conservative treatment. And if you never tried, you never know. As you can see, you have to be consistent with the exercise routine. You have to trust the process. And if you have any concern or question, you can always ask me underneath of this video. If you need further assistance, you can always contact me through my website. I leave a link below, and we can customize and create a plan that suits your needs and get you started right away. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure to subscribe. And if you haven't liked this video, please like and share this video with your friends and family who may need this information. Until next week, all the best.